Okay everyone, welcome back to Mike's Yoga channel and welcome to this very special yoga for the bedroom sequence. So feel free to practice this with your partner. When you're ready, roll your mat, grab some water, and let's get started. Okay everyone, so let's begin today's sequence coming into an extended child's pose. So bringing the knees as wide as the mat, letting the big toes touch behind you. And then from here, start to walk your hands out in front of you, extending the arms out long, really breathing into your back here. And feel free to rest your forehead in the mat. So throughout this sequence, we're really going to be focusing on opening up the root and the sacral chakra as well as the heart chakra. And we're going to place a lot of emphasis on the hips and the hip flexors. So it's going to be a nice juicy practice, I promise. But for now, let's just take a few more breaths here in extended child's pose. And from here, let's start to make our way up into all fours. So stacking the hands right underneath the shoulders, stacking the knees underneath the hips. Hands are actively pushing into the mat as well as the tops of the feet. And once we have this nice foundation, we'll do a few rounds of cat-cow. So on your next inhale, drop the belly, open the chest, open the heart. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, drop the belly, open the chest. Exhale, round. Do a couple more, moving with your breath. Let's do one more. From here, let's come back to all fours and let's extend the right leg out long. And let's just simply rock back and forth here. And then from here, let's step our right foot over our left and look back over our left shoulder, back at our right foot. And just take a couple breaths here. You should really feel this in your glute. Exhale, come back to center. And when you're ready, let's take it over to the other side. So extending that left leg long, rocking gently back and forth. And then when you're ready, let's step that left foot over the right, slope back over our right shoulder, and just breathe here. Exhale, come back to all fours. From here, let's keep the legs exactly where they are, so the hips right over the knees. And then from here, let's extend our arms out long, coming into a puppy pose. Great stretch for the hearts and the back here again. Take two more breaths here. And on your next exhale, let's shift forward, coming onto our stomachs. And from here, plant the hands in the mat And then lift yourself up, coming into a nice high cobra. Keep the core slightly engaged here. And then on your next exhale, let's curl the toes and shift the hips up, coming into downward facing dog. Keeping the fingers spread wide in the hands. And then the hands are actively pushing into the mat here again. Feel free to pedal out your feet here, really waking up the back of the legs. Now from here, let's heel toe, walk our feet up behind our hands. We'll take a nice forward fold here, so you can keep the knees bent generously. Then on your next inhale, slowly start to roll it up. Stacking the spine. The chin is the last to lift. Coming into a mountain pose. Great job, you guys. From here, let's take our feet as wide as the mat. And then let's bring our hands together at our hearts. Palms are actively pushing in towards each other. And then from here, let's bend the knees, come down into a nice yogi squat. So we'll stay here for a few breaths. Now from here, let's make our way onto our backs. And once we get to our backs, let's hug our knees into our chest. Let's give ourselves a nice big hug. Feel free to rock side to side here, massaging the spine. Now from here, let's come into happy baby pose. So grabbing the outsides of the feet and then bringing the feet up towards the sky. Really try and keep your full back rooted in the mat here. So if your low back's coming up off the mat, see if you can just dial it back just a little bit to make sure the full spine is rooted into the mat here. We'll stay here for about 5 breaths. On your next exhale, let's slowly release. From here, bring the soles of the feet into the mat, and we'll make our way up into a bridge pose. So on your next inhale, let's shift the hips up towards the sky. Shimmy the shoulders underneath you, grab your hands and clasp them together. If you have a block, you can place it in between your knees, or if you don't, you can just imagine a block in between your knees. And we'll just stay here and breathe. Another option here as well, if you want to move with your breath like we did in cat-cow, on your exhale you can bring the hips down. Then inhale, bring the hips up. Exhale, bring the hips down. Inhale, bring the hips up. Find whatever feels nice to you. And then all of us, let's come to the top of our bridge, and on our next inhale, bring the hands up towards the sky, come up on the tippy toes, and then exhale, slowly lower the spine back to the mat. And then from here we'll take a constructive rest, so bringing the feet as wide as the mat, letting the knees knock in towards each other. One hand can rest on your belly, the other on your heart. Now from here we'll do some reclined pigeons. So let's start by placing our right foot over our left thigh and then lifting that left leg up off the mat. And from here you can thread your arms through and grab a hold of that left leg, really opening up the right hip flexor here. Keep both feet flexed here as well. And on your next exhale, slowly release. We'll take it over to the other side. So stepping that left foot over our right leg and then lifting that right leg off the mat. Threading your arms through, grabbing hold of that right hamstring, keeping both feet flexed. This time really breathing into that left hip. Exhale, slowly release. From here, we'll come into a reclined butterfly. So simply just bringing the soles of the feet together, letting the knees open up wide, letting the hips open up naturally here. One of my favorite hip openers. Again, you can have one hand on your belly, the other on your hearts, or you can just simply rest your hands down by your sides. Feel free to close your eyes. And then on your next exhale, let's extend the legs out long, taking up some space, coming into our final pose, Shavasana. Feel free to keep your eyes closed here. If you are practicing with your partner and you want to turn the lights off and do your thing, by all means, you guys do you. Or if you want, we can rock back up into a nice seated position of your choice. And wherever you are, before you go, let's bring our hands together at our hearts and close off this practice. The light in me honors the light in all of you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, let me know down in the comments below. And as always, if you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe. From here, let's bring our hands up to our third eye. The light in me honors the light in all of you. Again, thank you so much. Namaste.